Oh, we're rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling! Josh and Matt, Dynamic Duo.
Welcome to BatYard Productions. I'm Dan Chester.
And I'm Godzilla!
Today we're going to be talking about
Godzilla 1989! Dan, the fuck you doing?
Nothing.
I feel like you replaced me with that thing.
Godzilla to replace you?
Yeah.
I could never.
That's not even the good Godzilla. Oh! Is this Matt and Josh Dynamic Duo? God forbid you don't speak ever again. But yes. Well, hey guys, welcome to Josh and Matt Dynamic Duo with our friend Dan Chester. We will soon have a proper thing for him. But as now, he's a guest host. As always. Okay, just cute.
What are we reviewing today,
We're
Mateo?
I feel like we're on a kids show now. We're discussing Godzilla 1998, The Forbidden Child.
Yeah. What would you rate it?
God forbid. When I was a kid, I would rate it an 8. Now I look at it, it's a 5. Because I didn't know shit about movies.
Yeah, I would say a 5. When I was a kid, I feel like I don't know. I don't know if I liked it as a kid so much.
Well, I got drawn to the camera guy more because the comedy relief supposedly guy. So I got drawn to him more than like the actual main character, Nick and everything.
You got pulled into Victor Animal Pelote, played by Hank Azaria.
Yes, that's why I got that name. Actually, drawn me in more because Animal sounds crazy. So that guy actually was crazy. He gets stomped out by Godzilla at one point. You
watching it this time. I was more drawn into him as a character, especially because he saved the day too. He's out there, he's filming, he's making sure that we get some footage of this Godzilla.
He literally just let everyone know, this is actually Well, the funny thing is the girlfriend, what's her name, Jean Reno?
No. Maria Pitillo.
No, the girlfriend of Nick.
Oh.
That's Jean.
Yeah. The old one. No. Jean. That's Jean Reno.
Jean Reno. Oh, sorry, your handwriting is a little off to me.
These ones are the character names.
Oh, okay. So actually, really,
character names. This one. Audrey.
Audrey.
Timmons.
Okay.
That was her name in the movie. She's played by Maria Pitillo.
Why am I reading the wrong thing?
And she pretty much was only in this one movie. She wasn't in much else.
I haven't seen her.
My memory of Maria Pitillo was that she was played by that girl from Austin Powers.
The one from The Girl Who Shagged Me, or the first one, or the third one, but Goldfinger had not her in it.
Yeah. Whoever she is, that's who I thought she was the entire time. But Hank Azaria did all the voices for The Simpsons, and he was in the Night at the Museum.
So what made him fucking say, I want to step into the camera world and actually show my face?
I mean, I think that was always his... I feel like he was always trying to be an actor or something.
But he ended up being the best,
he's well known for being the Simpsons guy. But yeah, no, his character was, I think, the most interesting. His scenes were the most interesting.
Well, even the French guy, John Runo, friggin'... What's his name? Felipe. And he was kind of... Philippe. Okay, I don't speak French. Okay, I never went to school. Okay. They told me it was harder than Spanish. So I tried Spanish and he kicked me out after 7th grade. But whatever. His character was actually freaking cool too. He was a government agent from France.
Yeah, when
came to us.
When I was young, I always thought that he was Russian. You know, I thought
really?
That it was, so when I came into it, I was like, yeah, what's that Russian dude? You know, he's from Leon the Professional. And then watching him, like, wait, no, he's French. And then I realized that, like, there's a lot of French stuff going on. Like, in the beginning, they're counting down in French for the nuclear tests. And then that's because they're in French Polynesia. That's where the nuclear tests are going on. And that's how Godzilla, the iguana eggs become radiated and creates Godzilla.
Yeah, this fucking thing.
Oh my god, it still works.
It still does. Hopefully it's loud enough for you guys to hear.
We could play a clip on it.
Yeah.
I think that watching it this time, I think that the science thing was like one of the more interesting things, kind of like Dune. Like, they got Totopoulos because he was a scientist. And there was
he was the worm guy.
He was the worm
He
guy.
was the worm guy. He knew everything about worms. And you first meet him is when he sticks 2 poles in the ground and hooks a car battery up in a rainstorm and fries the shit out of worms.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, from what I remember of it as a kid, like, that stood out to me. The scene where the Godzilla foot smashes...
Oh, the camera guy?
The camera guy.
That's the funniest thing ever. How did he survive that? Just make it in a crevice of the foot?
Yeah, in between
between
the toes.
Between the toes. Those nasty freaking toes there.
Yeah, like, so, and of course the like, popcorn... when they
open the elevator door and it's like just the freaking babies just like yeah, exactly. There's real food.
They're at Madison Square Garden. And
this little shit. You find like 1,000 of these bastards.
Yeah, the science part I thought was pretty cool.
It was a cool idea, but they didn't execute it well enough.
Yeah, so I feel like the very beginning of the movie was the most interesting part, like maybe the first hour. The movie is an hour and 19 minutes long.
An hour? I thought it was 2 hours.
2 hours and 19 minutes long.
It should have been an hour and a half.
Confidently said that.
If you think about it, it should have just been like sped up and just put it into an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it was
45.
I always thought it was like my memory of the movie. It pretty much ended when the Godzilla starts eating the fish.
Oh.
I remember there being like I remember the finale sort of happening like at Madison Square Garden, and then when I was young I thought it was just a mall. I didn't know it was Madison Square.
I remember I said something and my mom was like, no, my thing was my mom and my dad said, no, that's a stadium, that's where you see all the games, basketball games at. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then
my brain wasn't developed enough at that time to understand all that.
And I actually thought they actually filmed it at Madison Square Garden too.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
I thought they didn't because that's just a lot of gross shit everywhere, buddy.
They probably didn't. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they decided to set it in New York. Like, they kind of had to, right?
Well, the Manhattan plan, like the Manhattan Project. So
true.
So I can see that's one reason.
Yeah, I mean, watching it, this movie came out in 1998.
Yeah.
And this is before 9/11. So I feel like this wouldn't have been able to come out if it was.
No, the whole story would have been like a lot of scenes when the Chrysler Building gets like blown up because Godzilla was like literally just trying to go back to his house, his little nest in Madison Square Garden. I'm surprised no one fucking noticed that either.
There was too much going on.
You just know, like, Madison Square Garden just got cased with shit and eggs.
Well, I mean, somebody did clearly because they were able to locate it.
Yeah, but I'm just I know, but I'm just saying, like, how did no one the workers?
But they had these jets that were firing at Godzilla, and they missed Godzilla and blew up the Chrysler Building.
Damn
and they just blew up other buildings too. There was a lot of destruction that was caused by the United States government.
If you look at it, Godzilla was more of a peaceful little thing. He just wanted fish and a house for his nest, for his babies, so they can come around and ransack us when we sleep. But they didn't because the United States military blew the shit up at the end of the movie. But we'll get back to that later.
I mean, I do think that was the most interesting part of the movie was like, Godzilla sort of got confused, tried to make his, home Manhattan, and obviously the repercussions of that would have been like catastrophic.
Oh yeah, way catastrophic. I don't know what we would do with all these babies that look like shitty raptors.
Yeah, it's like I almost
overgrown head raptors.
I wish that there was another way to have like solved the problem where we keep all the Godzilla babies
Jurassic Park.
And we like, we got an island, we put all of them on there.
Just take the island we nuked and just drop them there.
The director Roland Emmerich was known for making all of these disaster movies. This movie was a disaster.
This is definitely a disaster.
Before this he did Independence Day.
That was a good movie.
Stargate.
That was a good decent
And then
movie.
after that he did Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow.
Which was okay. Like it's sort of like
it was that when the what was it? All the weather goes crazy. Is basically.
It was basically sped up global warming.
Yeah, global warming bullshit.
And in 2012, White House Down, and the new Independence Day.
White House Down, I didn't really get into that much.
Yeah.
And then what was the last one? Independence Day 2.
Then
the Independence 2 can go eat an egg.
So the director himself is sort of like hit or miss. I feel like at the time, if I was like older at the time, like Independence Day, Stargate, this guy's gonna make an amazing Godzilla movie.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure that's what TriStar was thinking when they hired him.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a Sony company.
Mm-hmm.
It all seemed pretty promising. We were looking up Patrick Tatopoulos. He was the one that did the character design.
His character design, okay. He's an amazing artist and all that stuff. He did like crazy things from the Road Riddick. And Spawn, I actually enjoyed Spawn. Don't make fun of me. And all this crazy stuff. Then like later on, he got into like Warner Brothers stuff, like Batman versus Superman and Justice League and those decent shitty movies. But okay, that just went downhill. But no one cares because he's badass and he's amazing, and his last name is the main character's last name.
I mean, I feel like this movie isn't so bad, but it's like not a Godzilla movie.
No,
like,
it's
if
not.
If it was a movie where this like lizard kind of creature tried to make its home in Manhattan, it's a good movie for that. I think where the movie goes really wrong is with these babies. As soon as that starts happening, and at Madison Square Garden, like, the whole rest of the movie is bullshit.
Yeah, we need more of this, not.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if instead of the babies, we had Mechagodzilla, they put in fast production Mechagodzilla, and then that's how they were going to defeat Godzilla.
Like that.
Or if they like called Japan and were like, "Yo, we got like this lizard issue. Can we borrow your Mechagodzilla?" And they're like, "Yeah." Hi. And then
what?
Mechagodzilla came, and that was the rest of the movie. That would have been
that'd been pretty awesome, but
a different movie.
I think the CGI would be still epically failing, but it would be a way better setup.
So the CG was pretty bad most of the time, but in some instances it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, like on the bridge, but like up close Godzilla scenes with this face and everything.
Yeah.
This face was not awesome at all.
No.
Hold on, let me bring in Puppet.
I feel like we see worse CG now, though.
This face was not perfect. Well, you don't like me now, bitch?
Tatopoulos says that the chin was based off of the Jungle Book tiger, which is cool. I don't know. I don't hate the like design. It's just not Godzilla. I think that's the biggest issue with the movie.
But the funny thing is, ToHo made fun of it afterwards. If you've sseen in Final Wars, they decided to not call it Godzilla or any kind of thing. It's abbreviated it to Lizzie, and
they called it Zilla.
Zilla? I thought it was Lizzie for Zilla. All right, Zilla. Okay, Zilla. And they call it Zilla, and it like literally just gets blown up by Godzilla in one fucking hit. Watch here in this scene right here.
I think also in Final Wars they had a line where they were like, the Americans had an attack in 1998 and they think it was Godzilla, but we know that it's just some other lizard, you know?
I don't remember that, but whatever. I mean,
that's in one of the Godzilla movies, and that's just that's great. I love that. Yeah.
can't he?
Yeah. What?
Why are they all migrating over to me now? They have to come back to you a little bit. I'm sorry.
Do you have anything else to say about this movie?
So much fish. So much fish.
Yeah, it made fish look like I want to eat that fish.
I just want to be I just want fish I just want to make them make a brand for that movie for like a month, just called Fishios. And they're all shaped like fish, so you just felt like Godzilla actually eating fish.
Yeah, I mean like it's such a visual thing, him eating the fish, and it like makes you feel like you're eating those fish too. You get to eat those fish with Godzilla.
I just felt weird watching.
That was something they
never got to see Godzilla eat.
If you haven't seen the movie but you found out that Godzilla lays eggs, then you're probably thinking, oh, Godzilla's female, but they clear that up. Godzilla produces asexually, which is fascinating. But
there was two though. There was two Godzillas throughout this movie. There was two adults. They recover the dead body in the water and they shoot with the freaking submarines. Then there's another one that comes out of the freaking Madison Square Garden and he dies on the bridge.
What?
Yeah.
Well, no, I think that's the same guy. Yeah, you're right, because he does. He gets shot down. They chase Godzilla. Godzilla can swim real fast, but not fast enough to escape these heat-seeking submarine missiles.
I don't think they're heat-seeking. I think they just hit him good.
They're just really good. He, smashes his head on the harbor.
Yeah, no, he, smacks his head on, the island itself. The island of Manhattan. And just starts to dig a hole. And then, he just gets done.
But I think he survived that.
They were I swear to God, he was like this. He is dead. They're fishing the body out of the harbor now.
Yeah, and then they were like, can't find it, right?
I don't think they said that.
I think that happened.
I'll look it up for you. But I think there's two in this one. That's one thing you're not clear on.
That's interesting. Yeah. No, yeah. Well, from that. They said in the movie that Godzilla produces asexually.
Well, there could have been two asexual Godzillas having so many babies.
That's
they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it that much.
Yeah.
How do you think all that fish got there? It had to have been two. You can't be just one just collecting all this fish and just throwing it all up back in the fucking water in the freaking Madison Square Garden.
Thanks.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You got any final words with this one? Because I think we're done. We covered a lot of things. A decent amount of things on this monstrosity of a movie.
Yeah, it's not a movie that I feel like I would suggest it to
just experience
because of the history, it's
not Godzilla.
It's America's attempt at
It's not Godzilla 2014.
Yeah. We're going to do that a different time, too.
That's a different time, but we'll go to it. But it's not that. Don't expect that whole sort of, design of it. It's not.
Yeah.
It's depressing like this toy. It has pimples.
It does do a better job than, most of the ToHo Godzillas establishing, the human characters. Godzilla in the ToHo is usually there's a formula where you're introduced to some characters, and then you don't really care about them too much, and then
it's more focused on Godzilla fighting.
Yeah, definitely more focused.
Man in costumes killing each other up,
Yeah, and that's how I think it should be.
This is CGI.
This movie, if you're looking for Godzilla, they give you a little taste in the beginning, but there's a lot of Matthew Broderick and everyone else.
A lot of shit.
There's a lot of Matthew Broderick.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more human than Godzilla. Godzilla is more of a monster you'd never get to see really that much of. He was more of a hidden character for a certain time, certain amount of the movie.
Yeah. Godzilla also gets killed by some missiles, which we know is not something Godzilla...
No, Godzilla's not affected by human fucking missiles. He has to get lasers to kill him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't die from those either.
And ice beams and things.
Yeah, he dies from actual monster combat! Yeah! You dead, Dad. Bye. Eat you. She did. Uncle.
You can also see some Godzilla combat. Godzilla fights Batman in a Hudson Valley Comic Con 2018 Part 1.
What? What was that for this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anywho, thank you for watching BatYard Productions
with Dan and Matt.
Hit subscribe.
I told you, don't talk ever again.